All right, got a few things to cover today. We had our Queensland Disaster Management Group meeting this morning, which was ministers, director-generals, talking about a range of issues in relation to this current wave. So let me say that today we have 18,000 new cases. Now 4,320 of those are basically people who have registered, who have detected a positive rat test at home. You would have seen big numbers in Victoria for exactly the same reason the other day. We now have 80,563 active cases, 402 people are in hospital, 22 in ICU, 5 ventilated. The Chief Health Officer will talk a little bit more detail about those. 37,951 tests were done in the last 24 hours, and our vaccine coverage is 91.10%, at least one dose, and 87.67% are fully vaccinated. Boosters are 695,575. That's Queensland and Commonwealth data together. So that's 45% of eligible persons are getting boosted. So if you are due for your booster, please come forward and get that. We've had roughly 230,000 rapid antigen tests have been deployed to our clinic so far. So that's great to see that constant stream of the rapid antigen tests are coming in. And of course, tomorrow, in good news, our vaccines kick off for our 5 to 11-year-olds. So if you have a primary school age student between 5 and 11, please go onto the Queensland Health website and book your child in for a vaccine, or go to your local GP, or go to your local pharmacy. There are a range of places you can get your children vaccinated. Now, I want to talk to you about the school year, and let me explain to you very clearly why we have made these decisions that we are taking today. The projections are at the moment, and modelling can change, but the projections are at the moment that New South Wales and Victoria will reach their peaks before Queensland. Queensland is expected to reach their peak during the last week of January and the first week of February. Therefore, it is not desirable to have our children back starting school during the peak of this wave. So the decisions that we have taken today will enable children to still get their full learning, but it will mean that parents can be confident that their children will not be going to school during the peak of this wave. So we will be starting the school year. It will be moving from Monday, January 24th to Monday, February the 7th. This is a delay, but it is a necessary delay because of the wave that Queensland will be experiencing. Now, our Year 11s and 12s, we know that this is a very important time for them, so they will commence remote learning from Monday the 31st of January. So for that week, they will start commencing remote learning. Then what we will be doing is we will be extending, not for the Year 11s and 12s when they finish, but for the remaining school cohort, there will be an extra week of school at the end of the year in December, which means that school will end not on Friday the 9th of December, but it will end on Friday, December the 16th. And as I said to you, this is because we are expecting the peak of this wave during this particular point in time, the end of January, early February. Now, our schools will be open for vulnerable children and children of essential workers, as we previously have put in place during COVID, because it is absolutely critical that during this time that our men and women who are working in critical industries can still go to work. And remember, during the start of this pandemic, this is exactly the processes we put in place. So this is going to be a tough time of year for a lot of people, and I thank them for their patience and their understanding of the decisions that we have had to take in the best interests of the community. Also too, it allows more time for the children to be vaccinated as well. And as I said, please book your child to get vaccinated. It is not mandatory, but you'll hear from the Chief Health Officer, we are encouraging our children to be vaccinated. So I might get the Minister to talk a little bit more about that, and then, I'll get the Chief Health Officer to give the COVID update, and the Minister will talk a little bit more about the school year, and then we will talk about some other decisions out of the Queensland Disaster Management Committee that the Health Minister and I will address.